Let's talk about this. What is this?
So this is a part of my segment about the Asia Games. The Asia Games are basically like a mini Olympics, right? And
That's the most lame attempt
Sorry,
at burning a flag I've ever seen in my life.
anyway, just save it there. I want it. Yeah, I want it.
I mean, he like really tried real hard. All he did was make the sun burn brighter. You know, the Japanese sun burned bright.
Yes, that's why I wanted to include this. It was such a fail. But there's a lot of xenophobia going around because think about it. The Asia Games are going to include Asian countries.
Yes.
And Chinese people are constantly being told to hate Japanese and to hate their neighbors and to hate this and that. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of these cases going around. But it's interesting. There's been a lot of security. But somehow the security has nothing to do with like burning flags and shouting racist things at Japanese. Yeah. It's all about like making sure people don't like go out or like, disrupt the streets or anything. But you can burn Japanese flags all you want.
Of course, it's always a double standard. Yeah. In China, you can do anything that's hateful and disrespectful towards other countries, but it can never be anything that might make China look bad.
Yes.
Like you couldn't burn a Chinese flag. Imagine like the Japanese fans burning a Chinese flag in China. They'd all be arrested and detained.
Well, it gets crazy. Let's go on the next slide here.
Okay.
There are, and again, these are rumors, but there's rumors from people in I believe Hangzhou. Mm-hmm. I believe it's Hangzhou.
Right.
That are being forced to they come around and they seal their windows because as the Asia Games proceed, the what's it called, the parades and all that kind of stuff comes through. They don't want people shouting out the window and disrupting it, so they're actually sealing people's windows.
They did that in Shenzhen with the Olympic torch.
I know, that's why it's not out of the question. I can't 100% confirm it, but people are reporting this.
Yeah, I'd say that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, there's somebody with a sealed window.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say that's true because I've seen that happen before.
Yes, and we saw it in COVID too.
Yeah.
At the same time, during the Asia Olympics, now you guys got to understand, there's going to be North Korean athletes. And this is pretty funny. I actually heard this from somebody that had to deal with this kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. When they bring North Korean athletes to different countries to compete on an international level, they actually black out the bus windows, or they'll have curtains where they can't actually see. They don't want the North Korean athletes to look outside and see what other countries look like because they have been constantly told and fed that everywhere in the world sucks and everyone's dying, is poor and bad.
Yeah, North Korea is the pinnacle of amazingness. Yeah,
we have to be so harsh on you because you have it so good.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And the problem with that is that they can't bring their own fans, right?
Yes.
You're not allowed to leave North Korea. I mean, tankies will tell you otherwise. You can't leave. You can't go to other countries, right?
That's right.
So they have to have like fans in the crowds.
Yes.
And they've done this before, but they have one of these guys was taking selfie videos, and he was like, why are all the North Korean fans singing North Korean songs, but they're like Chinese?
Yeah,
like,
why are they
everyone
Chinese?
on the Chinese internet's like, that's our Chinese people. That's not North Korean.
Apparently, and this is not 100% confirmed, but they're like students who are learning Korean.
Yeah.
And so they just kind of went and stood in to be North Korean fans getting paid.
Yeah, they got paid.
Yeah.
It's a job.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Very sad, too, for North Koreans.
Yeah.
Like, they can't even go watch their own country perform internationally.
Hey, China's not far off.
Very close. Knocking on Kim's door.
Yeah, the way things are going, unfortunately.
Yeah.
What an annoying song.
You know what's funny is that the fans all have like crappily made North Korean T-shirts, like the stuff that you make. But
yeah,
worse.
Exactly. Like it's like my homemade merch.
Yeah, they just like a flag that's like stretched back.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the wrong aspect ratio.
Yeah. What do you expect? They had to quickly like pump them out the night before.
I know. It's really sad though. They have to do this to like make it look like North Korea has a fan base, that was able to travel there.
That's right. Yeah.
Pretty sad.
This guy, you can tell he's not impressed.
I know, because he knows. He figured it out. He's like, what the hell? And everyone online's like, lol.
Yeah.
These are our Chinese people.
Yeah.
Yeah, Korean students is the rumor. That would make a lot of sense as to why they could pronounce these things.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, I mean, you get these opportunities. You know, all those singing contests and things. Like if you study Mandarin, it's one of the biggest things. They'll take you to events. When I was studying at the Shenzhen University, they had this big event where we all went to a stadium to watch. Jackie Chan was there and stuff, doing some lame performance. It was actually real bad. Like
was it?
I was kind of excited because this is like way back 2007.
I used to love Jackie.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm going to see Jackie Chan.
Not
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah, no, and then he like did some clown thing on the stage, and it looked ridiculous. And I'm like, "Wow, this sucks." And we all had to like do this clapping thing and sing a Chinese song to like, we did this. The Shenzhen University.
You were a North
students.
Korean cheerleader for Jackie Chan in China.
It was some big like it was in Guangzhou, at, like one of the big exhibition things. They had a stadium, and there was a huge thing. It had something to do with some Chinese thing.
Imagine that as like a clickbait title. I was a North Korean cheerleader for Jackie Chan in China.
I could never do that to my audience.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah, but,
you know what's great? I wanted to
Yeah.
give one prop before we moved on.
Okay.
Props to the fake North Koreans
Yeah.
for supporting Ukraine.
Oh yes, look at the colors of the clappers. Yeah.
Obviously, that's a big faux pas.
Yeah.
North Korea and China, very pro-Russia, very anti-Ukraine.
Exactly. Yeah.
But thanks
Yeah.
for doing that, guys. Appreciate that. Repping those colors,
Yeah. Anyway, what's going on with this pile of junk?
So this also has to do with the Asia Games. So
Okay.
it's crazy. They didn't want anyone disrupting this, right?
Yeah.
And also, this is all tied into something else. There was apparently a Xi Jinping visit to some area.
Yeah, I remember that.
And there was some other. A lot of the stuff is crossover.
Yeah.
It's either Asia Games or related to that, because what was happening was that when he was showing up to areas, they would shut down the entire area, like the whole ass perimeter.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
Like this is beyond.
Oh, and they stopped
Secret
Teslas
Service
from
stuff.
going in.
Yeah,
Like
I have that.
Yeah, you've got that in there. Good.
This is beyond Secret Service. They were like shutting down like cities, basically, right?
Yeah.
And anyway, for the Asia Games as well, when people were ordering stuff, you order stuff on Taobao, on JD, on all these websites, right? It's just kind of like China's Amazon.
Yeah.
They were sending all the packages back so they couldn't be delivered, so that nothing could be disrupted in this area. So
Okay.
people couldn't receive their packages. They couldn't open their windows. They can't do anything.
Yeah, it's really horrible.
It is getting close to North Korea.
You probably couldn't order food either.
Of course not,
Yeah.
right? But what was happening was the companies sending these packages out, even to
Yeah.
the depots, were getting fined and getting the packages sent back because they're like, no, you're not allowed to deliver right now.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's pretty awful.
it's pretty wild. So yeah, these are all the packages being returned back.
They look in great condition. Fantastic. Yeah, I gotta say, the Chinese Kuaidi, as they call it, which is like the express whatever, it's like DHL type stuff.
Yeah,
It's very efficient at getting things places.
yeah,
quickly.
for sure.
But stuff gets destroyed
Yeah, for
all
sure.
the time. I remember I sent a computer to a friend of ours, and it was completely destroyed.
I do want to say something.
What?
And I think this is very, very important to understand. You know how you can order something on Amazon? Where we are, we get it in a couple days, right?
Yeah, you could get it same day sometimes.
Sometimes, but like recently, the stuff, I don't know, maybe it's because of Memorial Day or something. We get stuff a little bit slower recently,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But where we are, we can still get stuff even though we're not in a major city.
Yes,
Right?
because they have distribution centers.
They have
around.
distribution centers, right? We can still order something and get it usually within a couple days.
Yeah,
right?
2 or 3 days.
2-3 days.
Yeah.
Now in China, you have to understand this is all efficient and everything works amazing and all this kind of stuff. If you are in a downtown city center,
Yes.
you're not in like some super big outskirt of frickin' Ulaanbaatar getting your
Yes.
stuff same day.
That's a very good qualifier because when you see the type of people that wax lyrical about
Yes,
this,
yes.
they're always living in Shanghai or
Yeah.
Beijing or Shenzhen or some big thing. They're like, wow, look how quick the delivery is, because I live
Yeah.
in Qingdao. It's like, of course, you're in a big center, city
Yes,
center. That's
yes.
how it works.
Right.
Yeah, if you're in the rural areas, it does chug along.
Yeah.
It's slow pace and it gets destroyed too. So this guy's just painting the pig black so he can sell it for a lot more at market. Let's move on to some more hammy humor. Okay.
Wow, they're going for it, aren't they? Some of his clothes were thrown out the window. A lot of them were cut up. Some of them were burned.
She was too crazy.
She lunged at him with a knife.
She was in this jealous rage. If you don't go home now, I'm going to walk out into traffic and kill myself.
When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs.